Hey everyone, this is Ganapati from Endpoint Device Management channel. Today we are going to explore on the process of onboarding non-Azure servers to Microsoft Defender for Cloud with Defender for Endpoint. Let's dive in. Onboarding non-Azure servers to Microsoft Defender for Cloud with Defender for Endpoint. Is that not confusing? Let me help you out to understand better. Defender for Cloud is the name of the service, wherein Defender for Server is a feature within the service. And Defender for Endpoint is the agent which we deploy on the end devices, I mean the servers. That way it communicates to Defender for Cloud. Within Defender for Cloud, you also have the feature like Defender for Container, Database, Storage, App Service, Key Vault, and Resource Manager. In general, Microsoft Defender for Cloud includes Defender for Server, Defender for Server leverages Defender for Endpoint for its server protection piece. But on top of that, it adds capability to server monitoring, access management, network hardening, etc. Also, it depends upon what SKU you have been selected. Is that a plan one? You have certain features. If it is plan two, you have the certain features which has been highlighted and documented in the bulletin points below. All right. Now we'll talk about how do I enable Defender for Server. It's fair and simple. Log into the Azure portal with the required access. I mean, you need to have a subscription activated for it. And as you log in, search for Defender for Cloud, and underneath that, you will have an option for subscription environment variable. Click on the environment variable, and you will have an option called Direct Onboarding. Click on that and toggle the button from Direct Onboarding from off to on, and select the appropriate subscription. That way, you will be enabled with the Defender for Server option with the direct onboarding. All right. Now, how do I deploy Windows Defender for Endpoint? There are two different ways of deploying the endpoint to the devices. That one is direct onboarding, and another way is Azure Arc. Direct onboarding, we enabled the option in the previous slide, and once it's been enabled, we need to deploy the agents to all the machines by any means. You can download the MSI or the exe file, the source file from the below link, whatever I have specified. So download it and deploy to all the servers with any of the endpoint management tool like SCCM, Intune, whatever, or even through GPO, whichever the feasible way for your environment. Do understand, keep in mind that after you install the agent on the devices, it's not going to report to the Defender for Cloud Console immediately. It's going to take 24 to 48 hours maximum to reflect that in the console. So you have to be very patient here. The other way of doing it is through Arc. So this is also a fair and simple method. Log into the Azure portal, search for Azure Arc, and as you search for Azure Arc, you will be logged into the Azure Arc console. Click on the console and navigate to machines. As you click on machines, you have an option called add machines. And click on add machines. You have two different options to enable the Azure Arc. One is for the servers that are hosted in Azure, and the other option, download installer, is for the machines or the servers which is not on Azure, the non-Azure servers. So if it is on Azure servers, click on generate script and install the scripts on all the machines. That way you are onboarding all the machines to Azure Arc, and in turn it gets reflected in the Defender for Cloud Console. Similarly, you have the download installer, that is add Windows Server with installer for the non-Azure servers. Download the MSI and install the MSI on all these servers by any means, like any of the end user devices, any of the end user managed tools like Intune, SCCM, or GPO, whatever it is. And once it's been installed, probably it gets reflected in Azure Arc. In turn, it gets reflected to the Defender for Cloud. So these are the two different ways of onboarding the devices. One is direct onboarding and another one is Azure Arc. That's all I had for today. If any questions, leave a note and I'll try to reply to your note as soon as possible. Do subscribe my video if you like it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.